everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with my two friends, Joanna and Raquel, and we are meal prepping a week's worth of healthy plant-based meals for these two busy professional ladies. We're starting with a lentil curry, and I was just going to show really quick how to cut an onion. So I like to cut the top and the tail off, and this is a nice sharp knife, I love it. Cut it in half. And then peel the skin off. We're making a red lentil and cauliflower curry. It's going to be dinner for the week. And it calls for 2 onions. So I just slice down the center, little slices, and then turn it sideways. Can you see? And make a little dice. I'll show you what it looks like. And you have a perfect little diced onion. One more time, start with the end, slice, small slices. We're looking for a dice today, so as small as you can, and then turn it sideways and cut.
Like a little slice and dice.
Yes, and then you have a perfect mince and when you get to the very end, tip it sideways and continue cutting, and you've got a nice dice for your recipe. So we're dicing 2 onions and 2 large russet potatoes, and we're going to put them in the pot. Okay, Joanna is chopping garlic. Since we're doing a double batch, we're putting 6 cloves, but you can just put 3 cloves in for 1 batch of the lentil curry. And she's just mincing it, going back and forth with her knife, doing such a good job. Nobody wants a big chunk of garlic in their curry.
Oh, no.
And I will show you the potatoes. The potatoes and onions are simmering away. And I'm just adding water as necessary, just to keep them from sticking. We're not using any oil. So we're going to add the garlic to the potatoes and onions, and then we'll start adding our seasoning. So Raquel is going to add the spices to the pot with the potatoes and the onions and the garlic. 2 tablespoons of curry powder and 2 teaspoons of turmeric. Turmeric is really good for fighting inflammation, and it's activated when you add black pepper to it. So you have to have black pepper with your turmeric to activate it to fight inflammation. 2 teaspoons of cumin. 1 teaspoon of cayenne. This is kind of going to your personal taste. If you like it spicy kick, then you can put more cayenne. If you don't like it hot, or if you're feeding it to kids, maybe you want to leave it out completely or just put a 1/4 teaspoon. So 1 teaspoon will give a nice kick to this double batch that we have here. Okay. 2 teaspoons of ginger powder, or you can use fresh ginger if you have it. 2 teaspoons of paprika. Oh, wow.
I know, it smells amazing. It smells really good. It looks really good.
2 teaspoons of salt and 2 teaspoons of pepper. So we added the lentils to the pot with the potatoes and onions. We added 1 can of diced tomatoes with the juice and 4 cups of vegetable broth. And we are using today this Better Than bouillon. It tastes amazing. It's lower in sodium than most bouillons. And it's all vegan, of course. So we added some of that to water to make 4 cups, and our curry is looking amazing and smelling so good. We're gonna bring this to a boil and then reduce it to simmer and cover it and let it cook until the lentils are done. One thing that we are going to add now is the cauliflower. We didn't have any fresh cauliflower at Whole Foods today, so we got frozen cauliflower, which works just as good. And we're going to add 2 bags, because we're doing a double batch, of frozen cauliflower to the curry for some extra veggies. Yeah. Okay, and because we're using the brown lentils, we may need to add some more water to this because the brown lentils really absorb a lot of water. So we're going to stir this up and let it simmer. Okay, the lentils are nice and soft now, It's cooked down nicely. We're just gonna keep it simmering so that some of the juices get absorbed and it will thicken up as it cooks down. But it didn't take very long at all, maybe like 15 minutes for those lentils to cook because we had it on a high heat. And we're just gonna simmer it and let all the flavors meld together. In the meantime, we are starting with our overnight oats. We're making one big batch, which is half a cup of oats per serving. We're making 5 days worth, so we have 5 servings in this bowl. And then 2 tablespoons of vanilla protein powder per serving also. We put that in this bowl also. I like to put a half a banana in each serving, mashed up, and mix it in with the oats. That really adds a lot of sweetness without adding sugar. So we just put all the bananas in the blender with the milk of choice. Any unsweetened plant milk works. Raquel chose Khalifa coconut milk, which is really delish and thick and rich. And we're going to put 2/3 of a cup of milk per serving. I also put 1 tablespoon of cinnamon in the blender just to give a little cinnamon flavor. And we're going to pour all of that over the oats. The oats and the protein powder. The protein powder gives it a nice sweetness too. Usually protein powders are already sweetened. Just make sure you don't have any artificial sweeteners in your protein powder. Okay.
That looks so good.
All right. Then we're going to mix up the oats and put it into jars, and I'll show you how we top them. So Raquel has topped her overnight oats with some sliced banana, frozen blueberries, and a sprinkle of walnuts for some heart-healthy fats. And these are ready to go. What do you think? Are you gonna enjoy eating that for breakfast?
Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah, so it's got all the fiber that you need. It's got a protein boost from the protein powder. And these are gonna be so quick and easy to have. There's no excuses for having a healthy breakfast. Okay, we're almost done with our meal prep for the week. We just need to make our cashew cream to go over our burrito bowls. So in this blender, I have 1 cup of cashews. You can soak them for half an hour. However long you soak them, it will make it easier on your blender to get a nice smooth consistency. If you have a high-powered blender, you don't need to soak them at all. And then I've also added the stems from a bunch of cilantro. Don't throw those stems away. They've got lots of cilantro flavor, and they're going to be blended up in this sauce, and you won't even know. It makes it a nice green color. I have the juice of a lime, which is about 2 tablespoons. And since I'm making a double batch, I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of lime juice. That's going to give it a nice zesty flavor. I have a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper. I have 2 teaspoons of cumin. I also put 2 cloves of garlic in there. I just threw them right in the blender. It's going to blend up with everything else. And I also have 1 can of green chilies, roasted green chilies. These are medium. You have to watch and make sure that you don't get the hot ones unless you like it really spicy. The medium just gives it a perfect amount of kick. And 3/4 of a cup of water. So since I'm making a double batch, I'm going to add some extra. Start with half of what you need, and you can always add more depending on how thick you like your sauce. So I'm going to blend this up, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, we're getting ready to assemble our burrito bowls. We have some chopped cucumber and cilantro. And because we're putting them in a bowl for meal prep, I like to take the seeds out of the cucumber, and I'm going to show you how I do that. I just cut the cucumber lengthways and then cut it again in quarters. And you can see all the juice and the seeds is right there. I just like to cut all of that out. Just one swoop down. That really eliminates a lot of the water from the cucumber so that it won't make your bowl soggy. And then I just cut it into bite-sized pieces. And we can add those to our bowls. We're ready to assemble our burrito bowls. I have some organic spring mix. It's already washed and chopped for you, super easy. We're going to put a bit of that down to start. A little bit of spring mix. We're using a half a cup of black beans for protein and fiber. These are rinsed and drained organic black beans. Half a cup of frozen sweet corn, half a cup of brown rice. This has been cooked and it's slightly cooled. You don't want to put it in here super hot or it will wilt the greens. Okay, so I also have some chopped cucumber that we chopped earlier. That's going to give some fresh crunch, and top it with our cilantro. Doesn't that look good? And then on the side we have our cashew cream, our Southwest cashew cream with cilantro in it that we can bring along to put on top. And these are going to be a hearty lunch to last you through the week. Hey, these burrito bowls are ready. And Raquel can just add her mixed greens the morning of and take the cashew cream with her to drizzle on top. These are going to be so good. Curry is done, and Joanna has put hers into containers with some brown rice, some cilantro, and don't forget a squeeze of lime on top. And these are ready for the week. Looks good. And we have lots more for Raquel. So as you can see, it's not that difficult to make a week's worth of meals in about 90 minutes. We showed you how to make the protein oats for breakfast, the burrito bowls for lunch, and the curry for dinner. You can mix and match these meals too, so that you can have a different meal every day if you want. And I hope that you see that it's doable for everyone to prep your healthy meals, and there's no excuses when it comes to a healthy meal. Have a great day.